Okay. Hello, everyone. It's Rebel Lee coming back with another Ridge Raiders podcast. And this one, we're doing season 2, episode 5, The Road Pirates. You there, Wally?
Came out October 1979.
Okay, October 19th, October 18th or 19th? 19th, 1979. Wow. Oh, man. That was a long, long time ago, guys. So, there's a lot to dive in for me here, so I'm going to let you start, Wally, and tell me what you thought about it, and just give us an idea of what the whole episode was about.
Pretty much these guys are hijacking shipments that's going through Hazard, and they wind up framing Bo and Luke for it.
Well, yeah. Actually, I think that, well, first of all, they finally explained why Enos is not on the force right now. He had to have his appendix removed. I can't find anything out on actually Sonny Sawyer if that really was what happened or what was going on. So if anybody knows, please comment, because I'd like to know. But I don't see anything anywhere in my research that shows, that why he...
Their name was still on the credits.
Yeah, he didn't. He's here this season, and season 3 he goes on to do his TV show for that short period of time. But I don't know what was going on with this at the time. And I don't know when he's going to be coming back. But this one shows Cletus more friendly with the Dukes, which is strange since he's became a deputy that he's kind of befriended them, because, in episodes from the past, he blew up a car to get him in trouble with the rustlers and different stuff.
Explained at the beginning that in Hazard, when they're not chasing or nothing going on, they are more friendly with each other.
Yeah, I saw that, but I will say that Daisy was definitely more friendly. I mean, this time he actually got a kiss on the lips, and
that's what I say. From last episode to this episode, does Daisy have something going on with Cletus?
It certainly looks like it. That was more action than Enos ever got. And I don't know if they wanted it where he was so painfully bashful or what, that they didn't want him and her to really have any kind of chemistry. But dang if she don't got chemistry with Cletus. But so they installed nitrous into his cop car.
Yeah, and the cop car beats the general.
Yeah. So, not even sure why they did that, other than to say, let's see what it does. I don't know. But they do that, and then at least Jesse calls.
Do you think that he's not going to use it when they're chasing him?
Right. They even said, well, you promised not to. And he said, I can't promise that. And then even Jesse's like, boneheads, y'all put that in the wrong guy's car that he could mess up in town or anything. So, of course, Bo and Luke like, we better run real fast because we're tired of cutting this wood and everything. At least Jesse called him out on that. Y'all do anything to get out of work. So, so they go into town, and I believe Daisy takes them. Explain to me why this is. What was the general at this point? Because he said, well, you drop us off, and then Cletus will come and get us.
Yeah, I have no idea why they did that this episode.
I didn't know if I'd missed something or what. I kept looking. I couldn't figure that out. So anyways, a little bit of the backstory is this guy's in there with Boss Hogg, and he's going to sell him some color TVs. And Boss, I think, gives $10,000. I wonder if he gave him a $10,000 bill.
Where the money is at in the safe.
But I wonder if he gave him a $10,000 bill, Wally.
That don't know. Because he sit there and flip through all them. There was a stack of cash in that one.
Yeah, there was. I liked how he had to move the wine bottle, and all of a sudden the mysterious place opened up, and he told them to shut their eyes. Well, obviously Roscoe didn't this time, because when he saw the other guy turning around, he made him go turn back. So this guy, he's like,
Don't forget, they couldn't not to listen for the clicks either.
no, yeah. So this guy, he's even got it set up to where you can call and see this is on the up and up, and of course, boss calls, and the woman verifies to him that, it's real.
Guy's girlfriend.
Yeah, did you see when her boss hung up and said she got a really pretty voice or something other than the grin on that dude's face?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if he was grinning because he just took boss for a ride, or because he had a girl that looked that hot.
That I don't know.
So anyways, this truck, and I don't know how they knew when the trucks were coming and what was on them. I don't know how they got their information on that, but they get stopped by a cop car, and he gets out, and sure enough, it's a guy, it looks like a police, and they rob him and everything.
It's too easy to get a cop car in Hazard.
I was thinking that too. I don't think we saw this car anymore after this, but which it was a good gig. I think I'd have kept going with
The
it.
stickers off. It was a magnet of some kind, and he
Yeah.
took the lights off the top of it.
Well, he's gave me much hope on being able to do my own Roscoe car now, because that looked pretty simple. I just got to get me a white car that looks somewhat like the model they have. And I'll never have the General. I figured that out, but I think I might be able to still afford the cop car. But
Hey, you should be able to get the General.
yeah, right. Show me what a 69. If I had $80,000 or $90,000, I probably could.
Yeah, just sell a kidney.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't need half of this heart that I got beating in my chest. I guess I could cut that up too. But so anyways, the guy comes to report it, and this showed how inept Boss Hogg was and Roscoe's. They were sitting there talking about, well, I'm the only one that Enos, but Enos is out, and didn't even remember that they had Cletus on the force. And automatically, Boss jumps to, it had to be him. He double-crossed me. And you know why Boss did that? Because Boss would have double-crossed him, his own cousin, in a heartbeat. So anyways, they do something really nice. They at least give Cletus a chance. They put him in a lineup. Yeah. Yeah. And then his two alibis show up, and they're like, well, he must have been the two that got me from behind. So, you knew that there was something going to happen with that wet cement when they went through that building, though. You just knew it.
Boss, the only wet cement, what did he say? Forget what he said now, but it's the only wet cement that was runny or something like that.
Yeah, it only lasted like a month, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, now they think that Cletus is the bad guy, and he's in with Bo and Luke, and then they take off, and then Roscoe finally gets in his car and is chasing them. And then Cletus does one of the boneheadest moves I've ever seen. He pulls the keys right out of the ignition.
Yeah. And not in neutral or nothing. So
Right.
I don't remember cars back in that time. You had to have it in neutral or something, or it wouldn't cut off.
You got me on that one, buddy. I didn't even know that you could pull the key out while it was in drive like that. And I don't know how just pulling it out would have stopped the car, because you got to flip it. You got to turn it to turn it off. So I don't know. But anyways, they had to do a vote. And
And he got outvoted.
he did get outvoted. And Bo acted like a dog biting his hand. I think there could have been a better way of handling that than what he did. But so then they jumped the car, and Roscoe's like, ooh, wow, my car will do exactly what his did.
Yeah, and these cars are identical.
Yeah, but Roscoe didn't have nitrous, so that went his car.
There's another cop car.
That went to another cop car. Now explain to me this.
4 or 5 in the last 2 episodes.
Okay, where does he keep getting them at? Poor Cooter can't put one together. Like that whole front end was gone. That car was totaled.
Yeah.
Where in the world did they automatically get another cop car? I guess, and where did Cletus's go? Because it never did really explain, and they never took the nitrous out of it. It was just there and then it was gone.
Yeah, so my question is this. They had so much trouble getting 69 Chargers for later episodes because they done trashed them all. How many, whatever model of car the cop cars was, don't you think they'd be having trouble getting them too?
You would have thought so. Yeah. But I want to tell you where Boss messed up, Wally. You know where he messed up at?
Getting out of bed?
No, in the investment. He messed up going for color TVs. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Boss has his own like Radio Shack thing or whatever. It's like, why in the world would he be into electronics? Didn't make a lot of sense to begin with. But Wally, if he really wanted to go into electronics and wanted to invest in something, it should have been the Betamax. Yes, the Betamax, watch whatever, whenever. Sold in department stores and especially Hills. Okay. So that was his first mistake. His second mistake was not reconfirming. You know, he waited way too long to reconfirm that that number was legit.
Yeah.
And why he jumped automatically that his own cousin was going to backstab him, like I said, the only reason he did that was because he knows he would have done the same thing to Cletus. So here Bo and Luke and Cletus are on the run, and they're trying to solve this right here case itself. These guys should have been long gone, in my opinion. You know, once they got the TV sets, they should have been going on into New York, Chicago, somewhere. But no.
They had everything going through Hazard.
But, okay, and then they had their hub there, Hobson Farm. Now this...
And that one thing they were pulling off, that stuff was not stacked or wrapped or anything.
Oh, no, and we've worked...
There's no way that stuff would have made it there in one piece.
And we've worked at warehouses. We know about spills. And you're right. There's no way that stuff would have... On that forklift, that wouldn't have made it. But, so they found this abandoned farm, Hobson Farm. And you're going to find out now, because I think it's going to be from this episode's on. Everything's abandoned in Hazard. Like, I remember that much. I remember everything was, oh, well, ain't nobody lived there in years. But there's all these farms and different places that are hideouts.
Yeah, all the hay that was in there still looked like it was fresh.
Yeah. So here they are. They're getting their stuff and they're putting it there. So Bo and Luke decide, well, we got to get into the trucks and I guess figure out where this place was. It was an okay plan, I guess. It wasn't like, what are you going to do when you get there, you know? But, so, they get Daisy to stop these truckers in a unique way.
When they got into the truck, how'd you like that they magically had that rope on the back of it so you could pull it shut.
Yep. Yeah.
But there was no way, and then when they do get there and they go to unload it, it's magically latched on.
I was going to say, how did they latch it? Exactly. Yeah. Now, it would have been helpful if, like, they got into it and Cooter latched them in and then ran to the car or something or other. That would have worked, but I guess they didn't have time to write that in, so they did it this way. Anyways, that first trucker, we didn't get to see what the other trucker looked like a lot like because they just barely showed him. This dude jumps out.
Sugar, but not to me.
This dude jumps out, and correct me if I'm wrong, he looks like a guy that would have been on Superstars of Wrestling that Hacksaw Jim Duggan would have been defeating every Sunday night or Monday.
Yeah.
Basically. Not like a truck driver. He just looked like a enhancement talent for wrestling. So he gets under there with her. They both climb up on that car. Now, let me tell you something. I wish the under part of my car was as clean as that one apparently was. Because as soon as I touch something, I've got grease and everything all over me. They get out of there and their clothes wasn't even a bit of speck of dirt on them. So.
Well, you gotta remember, cars back in that day were raised up so much so you could actually slide under it.
Yep.
And get around and do things.
Which was nice.
You can reach up and start doing things, you're gonna get dirty.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When you're getting up in there, it's still going to be, you're going to have something on your hands. But anyway, so they're in the trucks, and Luke was the lucky winner. He was the one that had the shipment of whatever it was they had this time. Okay.
Yeah, let it go just a little bit.
All right.
When Uncle Jesse was sitting there cutting the handcuffs off of him,
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Jesse's sitting there talking to him about, they're gonna get you for stealing the cop car and this and that.
Yeah.
What about all the other damage they did to all the other things and all the other episodes? He never mentioned that one bit.
Well, they got out of that, so he wasn't worried about that. He's just worried about what was going on here at the time. So.
Then they got to break into jail to get Cletus's report.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, okay, I'm glad you mentioned that. And then they go to, was it the county courthouse? Is that where they went to get some more information?
I think it was.
Well, Wally, have you ever watched Napoleon Dynamite?
No, I have not.
Well, I am 100% sure that the suit that he bought for the prom in that, I guess, Goodwill or secondhand store or whatever it was the exact one that John Snyder, Bo Duke, was wearing whenever he went into that courthouse. It looked like, I was like, well, now I know who donated it to that Goodwill. But
don't forget, you can't overlook Roscoe actually did something smart this time.
I know he was sleeping whenever Boss pulled up, which was hilarious, but what did he do that was smart? Oh, wait, he called on to Daisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is Daisy Duke.
That sounds like a dog. Yeah. A little bit too late. And I don't know what the whole thing... And I didn't know what the whole thing was, waiting for him to stick his head out the window so they could shut it on him.
Yeah, he fell out the window.
Yeah. So anyways, Luke is hung up in this makeshift warehouse of this barn that nobody owns now or whatever, but I never saw no TV sets. And I don't know what was in them big tube things that he was moving. But lo and behold, up there in the rafters
was a bike that has gas in it.
Was a dirt bike full of gas. And Wally, I don't know about you, but I always practice safety. When I'm rolling down steps, I never put the helmet that's on the front of the motorcycle on. I wait until I get outside after I do all that so I can put my helmet on so I'll be safe.
Yeah, you can tell it wasn't him going down them steps too.
And but you definitely know why he put the helmet on with the shades on, because you know that was Luke, but it was a different actor playing Luke. But then they all have these motorcycles. Who had a shipment of motorcycles? I don't remember the shipment of motorcycles. That would have been a better story.
Well, don't forget about jumping off the back of the truck onto the General Lee's front end.
Oh, Bo.
Where he did at the front end.
Yeah.
But when they pull up, the dent's not there.
That's because they had the number one ace mechanic in the whole wide world, Cooter Davenport. He can look at things and make them better. He's like the Superman of Hazard. But yeah, and then I was, okay, so now here we are in this wild chase, everything, of course, with Roscoe, it's still y'all are the criminals until proved otherwise.
Yep.
Um,
Cougar running through the fields, chasing all them horses.
okay, so here's where I think that Daisy was like, oh my gosh, what a stud. Okay, I believe this was it. I believe this right here was like her female instincts came on. Like, he's a protector, you know, he's a strong guy and everything.
When he caught the guy,
He literally caught a man that was bigger than him. Yeah, literally, and didn't even stumble, and just set him down.
Yep.
Wally, I was impressed myself. I don't think I could have even done that to a child, much less a full-grown man. So, as always, they are happy. They are, you know, they got the bad guys, and Cletus is getting reinstated as deputy, which makes me think he's going to be in the next episode as a deputy. I don't know when Enos is coming back, and Daisy's putting the badge on, and she's actually impaling it in his chest. But Wally?
Yeah.
Not all bad guys got caught. There is one hot mess out there still yet that was involved in that rink. And who knows who she hooked up with to do more crime with.
This is true.
Yeah. So, somewhere, maybe not in Hazard.
Rats her out and they go and get her.
Yep, but they didn't say that at all, even at the end. So, she is on the loose, and nobody's the wiser of how devious she is. So, I think so far that's the only crook that got away in Hazard County. Unless you talk about that miserable person that stole those pickles back in season 1. And I don't care that she was pregnant. She still stole those. She had all that money, and she couldn't even pay for them, that poor guy. He had to shut his business down and everything. But anyways, enough about that. Don't live in the past.
Let it go.
I gotta let it go. I know. So, Wally, I'm going to give you a tip. If you ever want to listen to good music, run out to your local store that sells music. 8-tracks are the thing. Make sure you pick up as many as you can. I mean, for all your different artists. 4th of July coming up and everything. It's actually already here. You might want to do something patriotic. Neil Diamond or someone like that. But always do.
American Pie.
Always be, exactly. But they are there, they are crisp, they are clear. You can't beat them. Also, I want to give a shout out to one of our big sponsors, Hills Department Store. While you're shopping, they have something that way before the other guys put the big chain restaurants in. On your way out, stop at the concession, pick up some popcorn, an icy drink, and just be happy with all the bargains that you got at Hills. So, wanted to put that in and thank them for picking us up. Speaking of picking up, what is our next episode we're picking up?
Do not know.
I think it's the Ghost of General Lee. I don't really know the date. It would have been around Halloween. And guys, I'm really, really hoping that this right here show is as good as I remembered as a child, because I loved this show. I thought everything was so cool. The glowing General Lee, the whole ghosty kind of thing like it had. I loved it. So I hope that it's not a letdown as an adult. So I'm excited about the next one we're getting ready to do. But that's all I have for now. I don't think I have anything else to add. This, like I say, was a good episode to me, and had a lot more content to it than the last one to me.
I like the last episode better than I did this one.
I know you really like that one, and I like the one before that, The Hustler, the best so far. So, but obviously season 2 is a lot better than season 1 was. We're seeing that right now with just saying what we like, because season 1 was rough on a lot of those. But yeah, it's it might not stand the test of time, but it's a good show still yet, guys. I mean, you can find some funny stuff in it, like me and Wally, and if you have to kind of riff on it a little bit, but trying to keep the Dukes of Hazzard alive. Ben Jones is doing a really great job. He has been forever. Well, for 25 years now, he's been doing his museums. And John Snyder from time to time will have something. The cast is always coming to like those Cooters in Luray or Pigeon Forge or Nashville. There was a Hazard Fest that was going on. The guy stopped it last year. I appreciate everybody that's trying to keep the spirit of the show going and all the meetups for the fans and stuff. It's always fun. But if y'all have any suggestions, please contact us. Let us know. If you have a General Lee build, I'm still going to put that out there. I would love to talk to someone about a General Lee build and do maybe a podcast on just talking about the whole thing from the ground up, what you had to do. But I have nothing else. How about you, Wally?
That's it for me.
Well, I appreciate you, Wally, taking the time out of your busy schedule to come in and talk to me about the show, and I appreciate you helping me out with the podcast. And for now, keep it between the ditches, and yeehaw!